What's up, you guys? Today, we're going to be covering how to create an infinite number of content ideas for you to create the best content as a realtor. My name's Nate with IGN, the Realtor's Photographer. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button because we are all about helping you as a realtor come up with great ideas to grow your social media and ultimately generate you more revenue. Let's go. Have you ever felt like you could have a great social media, but you just can't come up with the different ideas needed to generate the content? Well, that's what I'm here today to help you solve. One of the strategies we use here at IGN is the infinite content idea loop, which is all about building ideas off of other ideas to ultimately lock you into a niche and grow your channel as best and as quickly as possible. So today we're going to break down what it looks like to establish this strategy and how you can begin implementing it today. To kick things off, you need to start by identifying your general topic. For 99% of people out there, this is going to be who you are, what you do, and why you do it. So for use case during this video, we're going to come up with an imaginary real estate team and just call them Vision Realty Group. And we're going to use them as a case group. Now, diving into the meat and bones, Vision Realty Group is going to be our core subject here. Everything we talk about is going to some way relate back to them. The next step is to come up with 3 branches from this core topic. So for the Vision Realty Group, what are 3 things that really define who they are? The 3 core ones that we're going to be using today are their listings, their community, and the team's personality. Once you've gone through and identified these 3 core values or principles that go into your business, now you need to answer these 6 questions based off of them. 1, what's a common question? 2, what's a common mistake? 3, a quick tip. 4, an industry myth. 5, a personal story. And lastly, an actionable item they can take today to bring that into their life. Let's take our case study of Vision Realty Group and actually apply these questions to them. To give a little background information, this is a team of 3 people in the town of Gig Harbor, Washington, which is a suburb to a larger town called Tacoma, which is a suburb to Seattle. Now let's dive into their core pillars of community, personality, and listings. Within the community pillar, we're going to have the first question being a common question about the community. For them, one of the questions may be, what are the school districts like? So for this group, making a video talking about the school districts, going and interviewing teachers or principals, or talking about the locations in which MLS areas apply would be a great way for them to answer this question. Next question is going to be, what's a common mistake people have when it comes to the city of Gig Harbor? There are a lot of different weird names here. So they may make a video talking about how different people pronounce different street names. Next up is the topic of a personal story. So this is where the team can get involved and talk about a way that they were involved with community. Perfect example would be if there are any annual community events that they participate in. This is a great way to show that they're involved and invest back in the community that they serve. The next topic would be an industry myth. Let's say that this small town of Gig Harbor, people think there's nothing to do. So rather than just buying into that myth, they could go out and talk about different things to do. What are indoor activities, outdoor activities? Where are places open past 8 o'clock? Different things like that can play a great role and ultimately build engagement if they go and tag those different businesses that offer things to do. The second to last topic on this pillar of community is going to be a quick tip. Now, being that the agent is likely pretty well established with the community, they know the shoulds and shouldn'ts of the area. So for the town of Gig Harbor, they may say, don't go to Costco on a Saturday because it's going to be completely busy and you're better off going sometime the evening on a weekday. And lastly, they're going to want to talk about an actionable item the viewer can do to get involved. Now, what this may look like if they're talking about the community is put up a list of upcoming events. Let people know how they can go out and be involved in their community, and then make sure you go and show up at those events. Because the best feeling in the world is when someone says, hey, I'm here because I saw you on Instagram. Next, let's break these topics down for the pillar of listings. So for the Vision Realty Group, when they're talking about listings, they're going to talk about active listings they have and answer these topics for those active listings. Now, the first one is a common question. Talk about activities where that active listing is situated. Next is the topic of a common mistake. Now, rather than saying a common mistake is not realizing the value in minor touch-ups to a home before listing, they should go and tell the story about how they went into the listing and did these different touch-ups to boost curb appeal and ultimately make it stand out from the rest. The next topic they're going to need to cover is a personal story. So a personal story when it comes to listings could be how they got the listing, what challenges they faced, what made them stand out, or how they know the individual selling the home. It's a great way to showcase some personality and speak to you as a realtor and what sets you apart. The next topic they're going to want to cover is an industry myth. Now, when it comes to real estate agents and Instagram, it's very easy to get caught up in speaking to agents rather than speaking to buyers or sellers. So make sure you watch your tone of voice. For this one in particular, my first thought was to say, hey, let's talk about the industry myth of agents want buyers, not sellers. But after really flushing that idea out, I realized, hey, that's talking to other agents, not the buyers or sellers themselves. So what would be a great alternative would be talking about how it's an industry myth that once you put in an offer, you're locked into that house. Educate your viewers on how you have inspections, you have contingencies, and different things in place to prevent you from having to buy that house the minute you make an offer. Second to last is going to be that quick tip. What's that quick tip going to be for Vision Realty Group when they're prepping to do a listing? Keeping in mind that they're speaking to their buyers and sellers, not to their coworkers. Now, applying this to the team, a quick tip may be how to prep your home for an open house. After your home's gone to the market and your agent tells you want to do an open house, what are the different things you should be doing? Helping people understand this is ultimately creating relevant, valuable, informational content for them to consume. And lastly is going to be for Vision Realty Group to give an actionable item when it comes to listings for their viewers to do. For this, we'd say talk to your viewers about things they can do to their own home to prep to list. What are the 5 best things that generate the most ROI for home improvements? Is that updating the yard, doing a kitchen remodel or a bathroom remodel? Talk to your viewers about that and see who engages. Odds are if someone says, that's a good idea, they may be a potential lead. Now, the last pillar of Vision Realty Group's circle is going to be their personality. They are a fun, upbeat group, and they want to showcase that because ultimately that attracts their clientele. So first off, they're going to address a common question. A great way to showcase their personality while answering a common question would be talk about the years of experience that team has, not only individually, but as a group. Have they passed the 100-year mark? Are they getting close? Talk to their buyers about it and ultimately speak to your expertise while still showcasing your personality. Next, you guessed it, we're back on common mistake. But what's a common mistake for a personality? A great way to showcase the personality would be maybe talk about what your first listing was, or what was something you wish you had done different when you were first starting. Talk to your viewers about that, because remember, you're talking to buyers and sellers, not agents. So yeah, it may be a little embarrassing, but ultimately it's going to show growth and expertise rather than embarrassment. Next is going to be an industry myth. Now, how do you showcase personality and talk about an industry myth? This is where you're going to have some fun. Maybe poke at yourself, poke at others, but do so playfully. Everybody jokingly says realtors have 7-year-old headshots that don't even look like them. Talk about that myth. Put your headshot next to yours. Play around with it, have some fun, and try to build some engagement off of that. Second to last is a quick tip. Now, how can you talk about a quick tip and still showcase your personality as a real estate agent? Maybe talk about a quick tip for planning events. This is going to show your buyers and sellers that, hey, you care about them, you plan events for them, but it's also going to talk and speak to your coworkers about how to best improve their events for the future. And lastly is an actionable item that'll showcase personality. This one is a little bit tricky, but a great place to start is figuring out what's most important to you and then trying to encourage your viewers to get involved. A great way is a like, comment, and share campaign. We do these all the time. We'll go into our community, pick out a charity that we love the most, and then post about it and let our viewers know that for every like, comment, and share that post gets, we'll donate 5, 10, 20 bucks to that organization just to help boost engagement and show that we care. Overall, these questions can be put on repeat and repeat and repeat over and over and over again for different areas of this topic. While we stayed super broad today, community can be broken down into neighborhoods. It can be broken down into charities. It can be broken down into schools and sports and everything in between. And ultimately, continue to cycle through content that's going to keep your viewers engaged and speak to your niche. It's near impossible to run out of ideas with this. Thanks for following along as we ran through the infinite content idea strategy to keep having more ideas coming through, create content, and ultimately build your niche. If you have any questions, make sure to comment below, and I'd love to hear how you've implemented this in your own business. Thanks for following.